Hey, what's up? It's Comic 95 the Savior. So it's been a minute since I've posted a journal about my work. If you've been here for a while, you know that I pretty much stopped talking about work here on YouTube publicly. So if you miss these type of journals, you need to consider becoming a patron. It's only $5 per month. I have over 100 posts from videos, journals, photos, everything all combined. There's over 100 posts that will never be made public on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, nothing. You have to be a patron in order to get access to that. Please do not sign up unless you can afford $5 per month. I will block you. I've had to do this several times, but that's another story. Anyway, today was so crazy, y'all. So let me let me explain for those of you that are new here. This is a journal, meaning I'm telling you it's really on my mind. It's unfiltered, not sugar-coated, not made to be polite and politically correct. I'm telling you what's on my mind. I'm speaking to you as though you were really my friend, you're my family, and I'm telling you about how my day went. Like any journal, people normally talk about things that are stressful, that make them angry, that make them sad. This is not a place to talk happily about how wonderful my life is now. Great Japan is, and oh my god, I'm living in Tokyo. If that's what you're here for, you're on the wrong channel, wrong video, because kind of self-explanatory, especially if you've been here for a minute. But yeah, every once in a while people get upset, like, oh my god, like, why are you always so angry? It's a fucking journal. Like, can you show me your diary? What do you write about? Anyway, back on subject. Today was a day. So, first I gotta get my food together, y'all. I got my chips. I got the most delicious sandwich in Japan. This is a pork, bacon, chicken, egg, and vegetable sandwich. It is delicious, y'all. I need to like make these myself because I'm wasting $4 and 21.20 cents every day. I never even saw that before. How can it be 0.20? That makes no sense. How could that be 0.20? Charging me an extra. Can't do math. Whatever, of a penny. Anyway, I got my healthy green smoothie and my blueberry yogurt. I already ate one. It's expired, which I shouldn't be eating this, but I finally understand how my parents feel. This is only a couple of days. That's the only reason why. Normally I would throw this out, but I'm poor, so we're gonna eat it today. Today is the 31st, by the way. Oh my god, it's 3 days old. We still gonna eat it anyway. We're back on subject. I already ate one. Today was just not my day. I actually went to bed really early. I've been going to work super early. Why are my bangs just doing their thing? Okay, we're gonna move them to the side because they're irritating me. Yeah, so like I woke up early and I've been going to work an hour early for the past couple of days. And I was gonna do it today, but like I just wasn't in the mood. And I like did everything to like avoid going to work. I was like, oh my god, I don't feel like going, don't feel like going. I was on the phone. I cooked. I did everything and I was like, nah, I don't go to work today, call off. But then I was like, no, girl, you need the money. Go to work. Don't get fired. You got a good job. Be grateful. And so I decided, like, you know what? I'm just not going to go early. I'll go to get there right on time. And that's exactly what I did. Well, I was just fine when I got to work, but the problem set in when I arrived. One of my supervisors, one of my bosses, my supervisor came into my room, and mind you, like for those of you that aren't really caught up, I share a room with another girl. So the classroom is big. It's basically the equivalent of a normal US sized classroom, but this is Japan. So it's basically like 2 classrooms. It's a huge room, but we have like these, how can I say, cubbies that basically divide the room in half. So she teaches K2 and K3 combined, and I have the K4 class. So we're both teaching preschool, basically. And so, yeah, my supervisor came in and was like telling us that basically we were going to have a lot of work to do because all the staff is pretty much gone. And I'm thinking like, you've got to be kidding me. And so I was like, okay, like, did somebody get COVID? Like, what's going on? Because there was somebody that had a close contact last week, which caused a lot of absences on Friday. Well, that just reminded me I need to send an email to a parent that I forgot to do today. Well, a lot of people did come on Friday despite that. There were a lot of absences, but not like as many as we were expecting. Well, today almost nobody was there. So, like, my class was pretty much there, just a couple of absences, but my class is small, so a couple is like a quarter of the class. Whereas with the other classes, there were classes that normally have like 20 kids, where only like 3 or 4 of them showed up. And some of them were even like completely canceled, where the teacher got to stay at home and still get paid. I was pissed. Because the problem was, as I will, I think I already talked about this on Patreon, or at least I went on a rant talking about it to my mama and maybe even somebody on the phone. But, yeah, I'm thinking like, okay. Now, they told us last week that, you know, we were supposed to be doing bus duty because she's not really my co-teacher, but to make it easy, as I said before, my co-teacher, so the K2, K3 teacher, she was supposed to be taking, no, not supposed to be taking, her assistant, it wasn't going to be there. It was already planned. She had vacation scheduled for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So they told us, the admin staff came and spoke to her and was asking her if she could, you know, take her place and take Blue Bus to be the bus assistant. And she made up the crap excuse. She was like, oh no, like, I've never done Blue Bus before. And that was her way of shyly saying, have, you know, Ren do it. And so they came over to me. She didn't say have Ren do it, but that's what she might as well have said. That's what she was alluding to, because who else are they finna ask? And so she made sure she said that quietly, too. They came over to me, and they're like, oh, like, do you mind doing, you know, Blue Bus? Well, like, you know, they didn't even ask, do I mind? I said that back. They were like, you know, either you, I almost said her name, either you or, you know, I forgot what I called her. I forgot what I named the chick. Damn. What was that girl's name? I can't remember what I named her. Whatever. I gotta come up with something. I think I called her, like, Katie, whatever. So either you or Katie, that's the white girl that I work with. They're like, either you or Katie is, you know, they're gonna have to, take over Blue Bus. So it's like, you know, just to get them out of my hair, I was like, okay, well then, like, can I give assigned seats? Like, can I have, you know, a list? And they went and got it for me. I was like, oh, sure. And so the chick that did it, y'all don't know about this, but basically, long story short, you got to be on Patreon. She was a woman that I had issues with before because a kid got injured, and because she didn't report the injury, I had to take the blame for it. Oh, excuse me. And so I had to take the fall for it. And so I was like, I ain't taking nobody's crap. So I had to snitch on her and be like, no. She was the one that was there when it happened. And she didn't do anything about it. She thought it wasn't a big deal. The kid just had a little scratch. But I was like, if that was my kid being sent home like that, I would be upset. So anyway, I could tell that ever since then, she like had like a little bit of an attitude with me. Like seemed like she felt a little bit like, you know, funky towards me. And I'm thinking like, I should be the one mad at you. I swear when people do crap like that. So anyway, back on subject. And let me also point this out to you. She was a foreigner. She wasn't white and she wasn't Japanese. We'll just leave it at that. So anyway, yeah, I let that go. But then when I got home, I was furious. I was thinking like, now that is the whitest thing in the world. Imagine coming into work and telling them, I'm not going to do that. And I'm thinking to myself like, that's your assistant teacher. When my assistant isn't there, I'm required to do her work. So why do you get special privileges and you don't have to? The fact that they even had the audacity to come to me and basically try to put it, well, you know, that's between you and her. First of all, you've been here longer than me. Second of all, you even say yourself that you used to do bus duty all the time when you first started working here. And third, you saying that you don't know how to do it suddenly. Okay, well now you finna learn, girl. It ain't nothing special, complicated. It's the same concept. BS excuse. So anyway, now of course Monday comes. And because all these people called off, they now needed somebody to be on blue and white bus. So they gave her white bus. Then they came to me and, you know, because we didn't talk yet and confirm. One of the office staff members, the girl that like wanted me to take the fall for it, she wasn't there today. I like literally almost everybody called off. Both of my bosses. So the director of the school, the principal of the school, which is the girl that hired me, everybody was gone, and one teacher didn't even have to show up because he had basically no students were going to be there. So I'm thinking to myself like, okay, I was going to take turns, and I wouldn't mind doing it today, and I might even, you know, consider it for Wednesday. But I'm not doing blue bus duty every day. That's y'all fault. Y'all need to hire an assistant teacher, and there should be floaters here. A permanent assistant teacher, floaters, and you need to have, did I say sub-teachers? And sub-teachers. There should be a sub-teacher, there should be a floater, there should be permanent assistants. There should not be exactly enough teachers to get everything done. Because see, the problem is when we don't need staff, they're overstaffed in those days. And I thought it was unfair. It's like, how can a teacher stay at home because he has no students? When we didn't have students over winter break, y'all made me work on Christmas Eve for no reason. All of that mess could have been done in January or earlier in December, like normal international schools. And I hate talking to my job about that because I'm sorry, white people, but I got to keep it real with y'all. Might not be all of you, but it's definitely a lot of y'all American white people. You cannot correct them on anything. I swear to God, they think they know everything. I just learned to shut up and listen to them. And you're like, They love telling you about what Japan is like and what they do in Japan and what's normal, what's special about their school. I'm thinking like, motherfucker, I know your school is not special. I worked at another international school. And guess what? We got off work like a good week before Christmas was. We never worked on Christmas Eve. We never worked on Christmas Day. They be like they doing you some sort of big favor or something because you get New Year's Eve off. I'm like, why would I be doing prep work during this time? That makes zero sense. So whatever. But yeah, I was mad. I was thinking like, how was everybody allowed to call off on the same day? Everybody claiming, oh, I have a fever or I was a close contact. Bull, 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 bull. And they be making me feel bad on the days that I have taken off, trying to remind me, you don't have vacation time to use yet. You're new. You're whatever. I'm like, then replace me, ho. What y'all gonna do about it? Exactly. Nothing. You need me. So anyway, back on subject. So yeah, I was pissed off, and then I got mad too because the chicken admin, she got upset with me and rolled her eyes because, you know, I got a little bit of an attitude too when she was trying to get me to do for all 3 days. I was like, no, like I have crap and work to do. Because the problem is when you do bus duty as an actual homeroom teacher, it takes an hour and 10 minutes, really an hour and 30 minutes out of my prep time at the end of the day. And then what's going to happen when my working crap ain't done, when report cards ain't done? My lesson plans ain't done. You gonna come to me and be like, oh, well, not that person in particular, but, you know, my supervisor. Be like, and she did it today, of course. Oh, why didn't you have this finished? You can do whatever. Well, gee, I don't know. Every single day after work, either have a meeting with y'all or I have a meeting with a parent. I gotta handle some other sort of crazy crap. I'm covering for somebody. That's the reason why it doesn't get done. Of course, they don't care. It's a BS excuse to them. It's like, well, do it during your free time. I'm not doing it when I'm off the clock. Fuck that shit. Pay me for my prep work. So anyway, back on subject. She kind of got a little bit of attitude, and I was like, I'll do it today. Today is the easy day to do it. I know for a fact there will be hardly any kids. I am not doing it tomorrow. I need my time to myself. Today is an easy day. I will do it today. There's hardly anybody here. I don't know what tomorrow holds. And so I didn't say that part too, but that's what I was thinking. I was like, the only reason why I'm okay with doing bus duty today is because I'm mentally prepared to do it today. And on top of that, I know how many kids we're dealing with. Tomorrow, I don't know. We might have more children. So that's the reason why I did it that way. Then I'm thinking like for Wednesday, I'm already supposed to have bus duty. So I'll be doing it back to back. Not bus duty for that, but like when the older kids come down, they get out of school a few hours later. They need somebody to stupidly just walk. It was like, why the fuck are we doing this shit? They want a teacher to walk them onto the bus and read off the list, which makes zero sense. Like, why am I doing this when another staff member is going to actually take them on the bus and go off with them? Why do you need 2 different staff members to be on the bus at the same time? Can't whoever the fuck the hoe is on the bus read the list and see who's there? Why am I stepping on the bus? At best, I get it, me walking there and taking them to the bus. But to be honest, can't their teacher do it? I don't get to send off my kids. I have to take my kids off to the bus or off to their parents. Why can't the older staff members, you know, not older staff members, but, you know, the teachers for the older kids do that? I don't get that. And they normally do, don't get me wrong, but it's like, we should never have to do it for them unless they're not here. So there's literally no purpose in me doing that. It's stupid and just a dumb way for all the kids to get to know all the staff members, but I'm tired of it. So anyway, back on subject. Yeah, they were telling us that we were going to have to basically double as everything. We had no assistants in either classroom for the first time. So it was just me and my co-teacher, which is fine because I was just talking about how I hate having an assistant. But then get this. My assistant teacher for Monday and Friday, she called off for the entire week. And I think she might actually have COVID because it said that somebody that was a non-teaching staff member had it. And I think that was her, allegedly. And on top of that, my Tuesday to Thursday one, she stupidly went to Egypt. I talked about this on Patreon. I didn't go into a lot of detail yet. I don't think I uploaded that video. But long story short, she tried to argue me. She was like, I got permanent residency. I was thinking I was just a hating hoe. And I'm thinking to myself, like, I don't care what visa you have. I know how the system works. If you leave Japan during this time, you're not getting let back in. I don't know why y'all dummies keep leaving the country and then y'all go crying in forums. Oh my God, I'm separated from my family. I got permanent residency. Why won't they let me in? Well, gee, I don't know, because by letting in hoes like you, that's how the stuff keeps spreading to begin with. And she's from Africa. Come on. Why? This new variant came from your country. You guys are the new U.S. now. Get over it. So whatever. She did that crap on purpose. She don't like her job anyway. She lazy and she don't do shit. So I'm glad she gone, not coming back. But I won't lie. I mean, she was needed today. Not to help in my classroom, but to help with basic things like bus duty, greeting people at the door, etc. Because for some dumb reason, they have inside their mind, since kindergarten is on the first floor, we can answer the door, we can watch the kids, we can just do everything. It's like, how are we supposed to be answering the door for deliveries? Answering the door for parents, for people coming to tour the school, etc. We are supposed to be in our classroom at all times with our kids, especially when there's no assistant. What is the admin staff doing? They do this every single day. So, of course, today more than, usual. They really needed us to be answering the door. And I'm like, legally, we shouldn't even be leaving the kids by themselves. There should always be at least one of us in the classroom watching them. Because if anything were to happen during that split second, we wouldn't know who did what, why, when, where, whatever. So, anyway, I was so pissed off because I'm thinking, like, you had a lot of nerve, to get a little attitude with me. And I get from her perspective, she's just trying to do her job and schedule. But I'm thinking, like, this is the issue. You all don't understand because you're admin. You're not a teacher. When you're asking me to go and do bus duty, you're thinking you getting paid. You don't get a choice. You have to do it. It's your job. You have to cover. I totally understand, ho. But what I'm saying is, when I do that crap, I can't make up excuses for why my work don't get done. I'm expected to do things by a certain deadline at a certain time. And plus, it pisses me off. Who wants to have to do extra work for no extra pay? For no reason. Especially since I had a bad experience on that bus. That little boy I was talking about, who had got injured, I took the blame for it because I was the one who dropped him off. And I'm the one who got him a Band-Aid. But of course, because I was a staff member on the bus, the parent complained, took the little boy's story. It's like, oh, well, he said teacher didn't help him, and this kid was, fighting him, whatever. I'm like, I didn't see none of that shit happen. But that's another story. It's all on Patreon if y'all don't know about that and be nosy. So yeah, the part that really pissed me off was my co-teacher. She spent the whole day. She always stayed complaining about, I swear she's such a Becky. The whole day. Oh my god, my head hurts. My toothache. I have fibromyalgia. Whatever the fuck you say that shit. She got an excuse for everything. Every single day, I'm in pain. I'm hurt. I need to go see a doctor. Why the fuck they hire your big fat ass then? You can't do shit. Every single day, you got an excuse for why you call. Like, at least for me, it's because I hate my shit. And I want to just make my own money at home, do my blog, YouTube, OnlyFans, etc. Okay? I got consultations. I got crap to do. Videos to edit, including this one. Whereas for you, it's like, how are you working at the same Eikaiwa? I call bullshit. She did not do that. There's no way they kept her for 4 years at an Eikaiwa, and this chick call off every other day for pain and medical excuses and reasons. Girl, you are 27 years old. She's about to be 28 next week. How do you have so many issues? What? And if you do, I'm sorry, you shouldn't be in Japan and you shouldn't be a teacher. I'm not even going to get into the other stuff regarding mental health, etc. Because, shoot, if y'all think I'm crazy, we ain't finna get there. But all I gotta say is, like, okay. So she doesn't get any flack and no punishment for that, but I do? Interesting. This also kind of made me upset, too, because I talked about this, I didn't talk about this story. This would be new for patrons, too, but I talked about how I had received a pay advance, which I didn't upload that video on Patreon yet. Do you know that this girl copied me? Well, was planning to copy me and do the same thing. I'm like, damn, bitch, I told you this in secrecy. You're supposed to go back and say that to them. So she's not going to tell them that. But the reason why she's asking is she found out that I had gotten one. And it's a long story, but basically my job did it to keep me there because I threatened to quit. I didn't really threaten to quit, but I actually tried to resign. And they weren't going to let me. As I've already kind of let you guys in on, I'm planning to stop teaching. I already have a visa for doing modeling work. I'm making enough money through my crap here on the internet where I don't really need a job. I have enough money to pay my rent and bills, just not to live comfortably, which is why I still find the need to work a regular day job. And I'm still behind on bills and things, so it does come in handy. I'm not rich. But I am in a position where I don't really need the money from a regular day job. But for legal purposes, I kind of do. But that's another story. So anyway, I'm thinking, like, I'm glad you told me, but you weren't supposed to, like, you asking for that is going to allude, Ren must have told you that she got one, because they specifically told me, like, don't say shit. But it wasn't a pay advance, it was another situation, which that ain't none of y'all business. You want to be nosy, go to Patreon. None of your business. I ain't gonna say it here. But anyway, basically by her doing that, it kind of put me in a bad situation. So I'm actually kind of glad that neither of my bosses were there. But it's gonna happen. So this girl literally, she was so dramatic. She spent the whole day checking her temperature over and over again and updating me each time. Yes, it's almost a fever. Yeah, I should check with my thermometer over and over again. And I'm thinking like, bitch, just say you finna stay at home tomorrow. Just say it. Quit playing games with me. You ain't sick. You just want to stay at home. You probably just got a fever because of stupid fucking toothache. So I ain't pay her no mind. And then like the other thing too was, one of the rugs came, because I asked for a rug too. It's like, how convenient. Why do you get the first rug that comes? Why is that yours? When I was the one who asked for it. Mind you, when I asked for a rug, I will never forget that part. I don't know if I said it publicly on YouTube, but I definitely did on Patreon. She made a big deal about, being like, passive. That she didn't want me to take the rug that was covering like a shelf on her side of the room. And I'm thinking like, just organize it and teach your kids not to touch it, like how you taught them not to mess with your, inquiry wall. But okay, whatever. I honored that she didn't want it to be moved, and I left it alone. And then she's gonna ask a higher grade, oh, I need a rug so my kids don't have to sit on the floor. And then the dumb bitch got them having picnics on the wood. And I was like, it is a COVID outbreak. Your kids are taking off their masks to eat. Why the fuck would you have them sitting on a rug next to each other with no mask on? And on top of that, this is Japan. This stuff is not gonna get professionally cleaned. Which means that when they spill juice, water, tea, food, crumbs, etc., the cleaning staff don't even use a vacuum. That shit stays on it. You dumbass. I know your ass dirty and... Male sapiens. Back on subject. I ain't say nothing to it because she's so damn sensitive. I tried to nicely tell her that she was doing her, what do you call it, fine motor skills, whatever crap you want to call that, the wrong way. She had her kids learning how to cut with scissors by having them use their scissors to cut clay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I've never used scissors to cut clay. And secondly, that is harder to do than cut a piece of paper. You dumbass. And what happened? She got a little funky attitude. And I'm thinking like, I didn't tell you to do it this way. I'm just letting you know that makes zero sense. Yes, it might be more fun for the kids, but if you call yourself trying to make it easier for them to wean them into doing something, you want to use paper, not clay. Where did you get that idea from? Just like with having picnics. But she actually had her kids go to the park to have a picnic for their snack before and to do a lesson afterwards. And I'm thinking to myself like, what a dumb idea. It's winter time. It's December. It's freezing. Do you see any Japanese kids doing that right now? No. In fact, even during the time when they do it for the Hanami type crap, with the cherry blossom view and crap that all schools do during the springtime, even then it's cold. But now it's freezing temp. Girl, we in like single digit temps. Why would you think that's a good idea to do? And her assistant teacher ain't stop her because of course she's not Japanese. Sorry, my nose is like itching me. So anyway, off of that, I'm thinking like, girl, I'm literally like, I'm stuck between angry and wanting to laugh. Like, I'm literally hearing her thermometer beep, 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 beep. And then she comes, oh, yeah, like, it says it's 37.4, so I'm just a couple away from having fever. Girl, just dip that shit inside some hot water and call it a day and come over and tell me that you're sick and dying. That's what you do every single day. Every day. Oh my God, I have a headache. I can't work. Oh, my stomach hurts. My legs hurt. I can't sit. I can't stand. Fibromyalgia, whatever the fuck type shit. And it's like, if you got all these problems, and I love to say this because she's white, go back to Africa where you came from, ho. And it's so funny because she tried to act like she black so bad. She loves reminding people that white people can be from South Africa too. She loves telling you that she doesn't like her last name and this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking like, girl, you Irish. You're a slave master. You're a descendant of them. That's why you're there. She had a whole conversation with me about how people seem shocked at how kids, don't understand that she's white from Africa. And she acts like she's super offended when people don't know things about South Africa. And I'm thinking like, girl, do not play PC politics with me because you are a colonizer. Don't play with me, ho. You are not black. Don't talk to me that way. Like, please stop. Please stop. Do not try to school me, make me have sympathy for you. I forgot what she was saying. She was saying something to me. Yeah, completely off subject. I didn't ask this chick anything because honestly I didn't even know where she was from. She sounded like she's British, but that makes sense because she's from South Africa. Because I was thinking like some of the shit she'd be saying, I'd be like, I thought you were an American. 'Cause she mostly talks like an American. She's super fake and phony the way she speaks. I like her because she's nice. But I hate phony people. It's like, you know what? Just keep your phoniness as saying hi to me anymore. You ain't got to ask, how are you? You ain't got to come over to my side, offer hugs when you see I'm pissed off. Just stay on your side, ho. Let me do my own work. You do your own work, okay? Like, we get along on a cordial level. I'm not trying to be your best friend. This is strictly business, okay? Anyway, she randomly came up to me. Yeah, like, she didn't even come up to me. She said it from her side of the room, and then like wanted to make sure I heard her. It came near me and was like, "Yeah, like by the way, my native language is Afrikaans or whatever." And I'm thinking like, okay, and your native country is Ireland. Like the fuck you getting now? But all right, let me eat my sandwich because I'm getting angry. The crust getting all stale and whatnot because I'm over here talking to y'all since it's been open. And that's how I know she wasn't going to be there. She was doing the same thing as me. So near the end of the day, my supervisor came in and was like, oh, look, talking about how, like, you know, I'll be ready for the staff meeting. I just got to go get my iPad. And I literally cursed her out. I was like, damn, like, I didn't know we were having a staff meeting. Not staff meeting, but an IB meeting. So just me and the other, kindergarten teachers are supposed to all be together. But they still don't have the K-5 teacher yet, apparently. So I don't know if she quit or what her start date is or what's going on with that. But anyway, when she came back in, I admitted to her, like, I wasn't, expecting you. So she's like, oh, we're supposed to have a staff meeting there? I was like, no, like, you did it last week. And she's like, oh, yeah, but, you weren't here. And so I tried to be phony and admitted that I did need to talk to her. So I did. And so we spoke for a minute, but it pretty much took up like 30 minutes of the time that I had to finish preparing things. And so I used the rest of that like 20, 25-ish minutes to get myself together. And I was mentally in my mind. I told her, I was like, I'm probably not going to be here tomorrow. So she did the same thing, checking her temperature every 5 minutes and started putting stuff together. And she had the audacity. She came up to me and showed me her little yellow folder that she put all their worksheets in. And so I was phoning with her. I was like, oh, like, that's great. Easy to find. Yellow file, whatever. And so she's like, are you going to be here tomorrow? I was like, to be honest with you, I don't know. I was like, yep, I'm going to be here. But then when I saw, I was like, no. You are literally preparing to not be here because you're giving the fake, I don't know if I'm going to be here. After I said that, I was like, no. I know you're not going to come tomorrow. And then she tried to trick me and play reverse psychology. She's like, yeah, like, tomorrow's going to be an easy day, blah, blah. So, yeah, like, I'm supposed to, she's Catholic. So she's supposed to be, like, cleaning some church or whatever with my supervisor. They're both Catholic. And they go to the same church, apparently. And so I'm thinking, like, girl, that's cute. I ain't falling for that crap because I'm not just going to go. You're not going to show up to work tomorrow, and that's fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait and see who all called off at 8 o'clock. And at 8 o'clock, I will let my boss know whether or not I'm going to be there. So as of right now, I'm just going to say I'm running late. That's all I need to know. And then I'm going to decide I'm not going to come at the last minute. I'll see if she shows up or not. That'll determine what I do. Because I do not believe that everybody has a fever and everybody's sick. So that's it. I just got so mad. I'm thinking, like, why are you checking your fever every 2 seconds? You ain't fooling nobody, girl. I don't feel bad for you. She wants to be sick. She has literally never gone a week without complaining about pain. It's like, you need to retire and go back to South Africa then. If your body is in so much pain that you cannot work, everything's wrong with you. Your tooth hurts, your head hurts, you got ear problems, you got breathing problems, you got bone problems. What a miserable life. That's why I know she's lying. There is no way you can work at an ACI without having to call off that often, especially with ACI because you're the only teacher. They would never put up with you being tardy like that. Leaving work early. So I'm done. I feel really bad for whoever's gonna take my kids. I put everything on my table so they know what to do. But I was just like, nope, I'm not stressing myself out tomorrow. Because the last thing I need is to get there and her not be there either. And so the crazy thing too, like even if people have you sub for them and they actually leave work they want the kids to do, I'm sorry, but when you're subbing, in my opinion, teachers, if you're not going to be there, you leave fun, easy work like a packet. You don't try to get the teacher to do whatever your daily work was supposed to have been. Not the thing to do. Because I ain't finna do that shit. They finna do coloring, tracing, simple crap, and have free play. That's what I'm doing with your kids. I'm not doing all them worksheets and shit like that. Because I don't know how you want it done. I don't care about how you want it done. They're not gonna die from having one day off, you know, whatever schedule you normally do. Secondly, I forgot to mention, the little bad baby kid inside my class talking about the turns red and scream shout. He pulled that off of me for the first time. Like, I thought that he did it the time before, but no, this time he really did it. I literally recorded a video. I'm going to put it on Patreon. I literally recorded a video of them during what was supposed to have been their recess time. They were literally playing a game. I had an all-boy class for the day. They were hitting each other's hands and whatnot. I wouldn't even call it like a game of hot hands. Just a weird, you know, kiddie game. It's like, okay, that's cool. Y'all keeping yourselves entertained. I'm not going to bother. Keep having fun. Do that. And, of course, one of them got, he hit me. He hit my ear. That's why you shouldn't have been doing that. Okay, lesson learned. I was like, y'all realize that y'all down and now 3 minutes left? Y'all wasted y'all entire park time doing this. So, okay. We'll get ready for lunch early. And so then they got sad. It's like, oh, I want to go to the park. Well, should have been good. And so the little boy that I had, when I asked him to apologize to the boy whose ear he hit, and he started saying like stuff to him like how he's a bad boy and this, that, and the other. So I asked him to come here. I was like, is what you said nice? And he was like, no. And I was like, then why would you say that? Like, if that's not nice to say, why would you do that? And he got suddenly mad at me. He got angry, stormed off, and went to the bathroom before I called him to go, you know, to get ready for lunch. Because I normally have them use the toilet, wash their hands, and then get ready for their lunch. I called him back. No! I went over there and I tried to pull him out the bathroom. Don't touch me now! Like screaming, red, anger issues, tears in his eyes. I grabbed him up. And I was thinking like, boy, this is not the day. I took him back into my room. And I got down on his level. And I yelled at him. I was like, you don't ever tell me that while I went off on him. And he started crying like profusely, like tears coming out. And he said this little angry face. But he stopped after that. He didn't say nothing else to me. And then he thought that he was going to, you know, get attention by avoiding eating his lunch. And I'm like, I don't care. You want to know what? If I had a choice, I would starve you myself. But good, you're doing it. You're doing it for me. Great. Go ahead. Go ahead and go on a hunger strike. I don't give two shits. Sachiko, your mama, when she wondering, why didn't my badass baby eat his food? You can tell her. You were being a badass, bratty ass little boy. That's why you ain't eat your shit. Wasting your mama money. But anyway, yeah, he tried to get my attention by doing that. He put his lunch under his table, was playing around at his cubby, and every little thing he did, I yelled at him, called him back over, stopped from him. It's like, I'm not going to pay you any mind. You can choose not to eat your food. But you ain't going to play games in my room and say, you know, crap under your breath. Because he started saying crap under his breath, like telling me to go to hell in Japanese. And I was like, I can understand you, little boy. And he got scared. And I yelled at him back. I was like, say something under your breath again. Sat quietly with his little hands on his lap. I wanted to knock his little ass out. But anyway, back on subject. And I'm like, this should have been an easy day. It was only like 4 of y'all here. But it wasn't. Couldn't even get them to finish their work properly. So I was just like, yep. You ain't got to ask me twice. I will stay at home for you. My boss really made me mad too because we were supposed to have had a meeting today. And that's why I was really upset to begin with. My boss kept calling off the meeting we were supposed to have. Because basically, they went back on their word. There's more to this, which you'll know from Patreon. But they went back on their word to give me a 2-year contract. I was supposed to have gotten it, not even last week, but the week before. So 2 weeks ago on Friday. I thought it was going to be last week on Monday. Then I thought Tuesday. Then I thought Wednesday. Then I thought Friday. So I was like, okay. So now you're just avoiding me at this point. Because now, conveniently, not one, but both of my bosses decided, let's both call off and fake sick. Last week on Friday, I waited on them. They had an interview plan that they didn't tell me about at the same time. And then they had a secret staff meeting, which for some reason they went on until 6:30 on purpose. I waited inside my room for them. I waited until 6 o'clock almost for them to come. I think I waited until like 5:30 or whatever. And we get off work at 4. They never stay that long. They normally leave out the door at 5. And conveniently, nobody came down. My boss had borrowed 2 books of mine to show the girl that they were interviewing. Which I thought was weird. It's like, y'all trying to fire me or something? Because why y'all showing her my books and nobody else's? But she was Japanese, so it must be for, they're doing like a Japanese after school program they're trying to start. So, yeah, whatever. Anyway, I stayed after doing, Valentine's Day decorations. And so I got mad because I'm thinking like, okay, you wasted my time. It's the weekend. I wanted to go home early, not stay late on a Friday. So then my boss sent me a sorry-ass message. Oh, yeah, sorry, it went on for a really long time. At 6:30, when I was already at home by then. And so I was like, I understand, whatever. And so I'm thinking, okay, we're going to meet on Monday then. Of course, sure enough, on Monday, she calls off. The director calls off. So it's like, okay, like, even if they come tomorrow, which they more than likely will, they're not going to get, my stuff together in one day. It's not going to be until at least 2 days afterwards. So I'm like, you know what, fuck it. I'm not coming either. Like, I'll play the same game that y'all playing. Fine by me. So that's it. I'm looking forward to my day off. Gonna take some pictures and some more videos for OnlyFans. Work on some YouTube content. And just relax. I feel bad, but I don't care at the same time. It should be a lesson for them. You need to hire more staff. There isn't enough. And they have to start punishing staff for not showing up to work, too, because they're clearly not doing that. That had to have been orchestrated. Everybody had the same idea to take off Monday. Everyone's conveniently sick. Right. Watch them get mad when I take off tomorrow. It's okay for the white staff to do it, but if I do it, she must be lying. They right. She couldn't be sick. I was so mad that I came today because I was ready to stay at home. These chips are so good. I just hate that feeling because, like, in my mind, it's like, let's say, it's really worth it to stay at home and miss out on like $200 just to teach them a lesson. And then I'm like, yeah, it is. My whole day was off to a bad start. I broke 2 eggs on the floor on my way out the door. I went out to work without any makeup on at all, like how I am right now for the first time. I can't even remember the last time I spent a whole day with no makeup, like no foundation, no brows, no nothing. Normally I at least put on foundation. But yeah, okay. Now I'm done with this video. That's it. Just had to vent to y'all. Because I was so mad. Like, I don't know what made me more pissed off. The fact that it was understaffed. The fact that admin got upset about me having an attitude for not wanting to do bus duty for 3 days. Or my co-teacher having the audacity to tell me that she's trying to call off, basically, without directly saying it. Because I told her that. At least I told her directly. But instead of her just admitting it, she's making up bullshit excuses. She's always hurt, sick, injured, whatever. But she was playing up on it today. She was like, oh, I should keep taking my temperature throughout the day. And she was telling me every single time it went up a single bit. And I'm thinking like, girl, I already know you're going to stay at home. And then the fact that she came over to me to show me what their work was. I'm like, I don't know why you're showing it to me because I'm finna be the one doing it. So I don't know what they're going to do tomorrow if the same people call off. Because it's going to be like, ain't nobody finna be here. They're going to have to put them kids right back on the bus and take them home. Because I don't know who's going to watch them. So I hope all the admin staff comes. Because that'll be their only hope. So, yep, that's it. So, yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you want to know more about what's going on in my personal life, consider becoming a patron. It's $5 a month. The link is down in the description box. Other than that, I would appreciate it if you haven't already. Like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And, yeah, if you want to watch more journals like this, I have a YouTube playlist that's public and free here. So you can look at more journals, going backwards to understand what goes on in my personal life. And other than that, I'd appreciate if you follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Comic95. I have a Snapchat at Comic the Savior. You can follow me on TikTok at Comic the Savior. I have a blog at Comic95.com. I have a Facebook fan page at Comic95 the Savior. And now an OnlyFans at Comic95 too. So, yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And I'll get over it. Trust me, my job is not in jeopardy because they are desperate. They are in need of me. And like I said, this is a journal. I know I sound mean and like a jerk, and maybe I am, but I'm telling you my feelings. I was pissed off, and yeah, I just kind of get annoyed. Like, people are able, other people can get away with doing stuff that I could never do at work. Like, I could never imagine telling my boss every single day, oh my god, like, my head hurts. I need to go home. I have a toothache. Get over it. You're an adult. You'll live. So, whatever. That's it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and I hope you'll watch another video. Bye.